What is up, superheroes? Today is day one of the Superhero Bodyweight Workout plan. I'm pretty excited to get started, so let's dive right in. Quick parenthesis, I also mentioned 2 months ago that for my 35th birthday, I'll be doing 35 ring dips. That is why my goal for my 35th birthday is doing 35 ring dips. Or at least that was my goal. That was like a little bit of a cocky statement I made back then. Back then I could do 25 or 26 ring dips. And every year since I'm advanced nowadays, I've been training for years, I don't really get more than 2 or 3 extra reps. So last year I could do 23 reps or 24, and this year was when I started this challenge, the 35 ring dips challenge, I was at 26. So let's see if I'm gonna be able to do that or not. I'm gonna include a video at the ending of the video, a video at the ending of this video, showing you footage of today's ring dip set. Let's see how many reps I got, if I made it or not. Just like in the workout plan where I include 3 manuals, manual number 1 starts with mindset. So I also thought that it would be cool to start these videos with some mindset, some motivation in the beginning every time, and then dive into the more technical stuff. I would like to share with you 3 tips that really made the biggest difference in my life, especially after my 27th year, where I feel that I really took a really different direction in life. I changed a lot as a person. I became a lot more positive. I started taking responsibility. That was for me the point in life that I really started feeling like a man. So tip number 1 would be to use the mindset of the obstacle is the way. So one of the books that had a big impact on me when I was a little bit after 27 was the book The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And what this book talks about is, the way I see it at least, is that there are 2 categories of people in life. Those who complain when a problem comes along their way, and those who use their problems as opportunities to grow stronger. Those who use their problems to those who flip their problems into an opportunity. Ever since I adopted this mindset, I started seeing such a big difference in my life of how I progressed so much more in anything, either that was relationships, work, improving myself, self-development, and all that. So as some of you know, when I was 23, I had a big accident which led to a lot of operations, and my final operation was when I was 27, which was the amputation of my left leg. And I could see that as a big problem back then. I could see that as the ending of what I wanted to become, becoming a coach and everything like that. But the moment I started seeing things from a different standpoint, from using this mindset of the obstacle is the way, I only saw opportunity. I only saw that this is a way, this is something I can use to be more inspirational, and so much more positive things came from this mindset. So stop being person number 1 who only uses problems as an opportunity to complain. Some people even like to complain. It's something that is addictive, and I know this because it's something I've done also in the past. So stop being person number 1, and from now on I want you to become person number 2. He who sees his problems as an opportunity to grow stronger, as something to excel more in life. I know this might sound like, like something that doesn't really always apply, but I promise you, if you're patient with any problem, you'll see that on the other end, there's only self-development, there's only self-improvement, there's only a version of you that has become stronger if you see it this way. Moving on to tip number 2, is waking up early in the morning. What I like to say, my motto is that nothing serious gets done after 8 a.m. After 8 a.m. people will be in front of you, your phone will be ringing, Things are always going to happen, you know, unexpected things. A lot of people ask me, how can I work out? I don't have any time. Of course you have time. Everybody has time. You just have to manage your time better. So best way to get your workout done without, you know, allowing anything to get in your way, you know, either that's kids, school, or, you know, maybe your car breaks down, whatever the case might be, is getting your workout plan first thing in the morning. So personally, I like to wake up around 5 a.m. I usually sleep around 10 or 11. And that's when I get the most important things done for me. That is writing down things, which brings me to my third tip. That's, you know, getting my workout a little bit later on. And, you know, anything that is important for me. I know that if I don't do that before 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. tops, it's gonna be a risk to leave it for later in the day. So my third tip is writing things down. With anything that you want to accomplish, you wanna learn to start to write things down. So early in the morning, what I do is I always make a list of all the important things that have to get done. And I also write down some things that are more long-term, you know, what I would like to change myself. And you know, these are things that I've written in the past, but a lot of time I'll just rewrite them to embed them more in my psyche, you know. So I'm always finding ways to get closer to these long-term goals, to accomplishing these long-term goals. So here's a very important hack, something I read somewhere in a book, I just can't remember where I did, is writing what is the next step. So, you know, during your day you'll have some basic things that have to get done, but you also have, in your list, you'll also have things that are more long-term. So, I want to change as a person, I want to be more disciplined, or, you know, I want to be more assertive, I want to be more positive, I want to start complaining less. Whatever your more long-term goal might be, it can also be like a really big business goal, you know, whatever your long-term goal is, write it down, and next to it put what is the next step. Because if you just write something, you know, put it on paper, it helps, but it's still pretty vague, you know, it's still not actionable. So writing down, you know, let's say you want to be more disciplined, write it down, and next write what is the next step, what am I doing for this? Because if you're just wishing for this to happen, it won't happen. So the next step can be, I want to read that book that somebody recommended, like maybe The Obstacle is the Way that I recommended a little bit a few minutes ago. Also, everything you wanna, because people pretty often ask me, everything that I talk about in these videos, I always link them in a comment below that I keep pinned, so you can find that at the top of the video. So that next step can be, you know, whatever, just find something that is actionable. You know, don't just write something on paper and leave it there vague. So you want to write what is the next step, what is the next action that you'll take to get there. So these are my 3 tips. This is the mindset for today. I hope it helps you with your superhero bodyweight plan as well. And now let's move on to what you've been waiting for, workout number 1. So workout A is a circuit that starts with, let me get my cheat sheet over here. So workout A starts with pull-ups. Next exercise is superhero burpees. Third exercise are push-ups. Fourth exercise are hollow body holds. And the 5th exercise are prone angels. Now, this is a circuit, but it's also a little bit more of a more personally adjusted circuit. For this circuit, you're also going to need a timer, a special circuit timer. There are a lot of free ones you can find on your phone, or you can use your watch, whatever works for you best. I'll include some of these as well. And here's what we're going to do. So you're going to set your timer to 30 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest. Just like here in the screen, I'll link something so you can understand better what I'm talking about. So you're going to start your workout with pull-ups, but you're not going to start the timer for this exercise. The first exercise is always going to be done without a timer, because I want you to be focused and, you know, get some really good technical slow mind to muscle using repetitions. For those who don't know what mind to muscle is, I'm going to include a video somewhere. And once you're done with this set, I want you to start your timer and rest for 2 sets. So your timer is going to start, it's going to count 30 seconds, then it's going to count 15 seconds of rest, then it's going to count 30 seconds again, and it's going to count 15 seconds. So once you're at the end of 15 seconds, that's when you start part 2 of workout A, which is a more common circuit where you'll be doing superhero burpees. That's exercise number 2, followed by 15 seconds of rest. Next, you're going to be doing push-ups for 30 seconds again, followed by 15 seconds of rest. Next, you're going to do hollow body holds for 30 seconds, 15 seconds rest after that as well. And finally, you will end the workout with prone angels, 30 seconds, and after that, once you complete the whole circuit, you rest for a whole 3 minutes. So let me clarify things a little bit more, maybe cover a few things that you might be wondering about. The reason you start with pull-ups without a timer and you rest for 2 sets after that is because the first exercise is the exercise that I want you to really focus on, and I don't want you to sacrifice any reps because you'll be thinking, I want to save some energy for the next exercise. So this gives you like a little bit of a mental boost that you have enough rest after your first station, and you can really push it. Now, the reason that the next exercise are superhero burpees, and what are superhero burpees? You're probably wondering. Superhero burpees are regular plyometric burpees. I've made a tutorial on what are those. Basically, they're simple burpees that you do with strict form. There's no push-up included, and you want to focus more on the jump. You want to jump as high as possible because we're aiming at training our legs with this exercise. Now, a more advanced variation, as you see me do here, is the one-arm burpee. That is basically what I call the superhero burpee, and it can get even more difficult. I'm going to talk about that in the next week. The way you can do one-arm burpees, if you're interested, if you're a complete beginner, you don't have to worry about that. Just make sure you do a regular burpee. But if you want to make things a little bit more difficult, you want to put your arm more in the middle and keep a wider base behind. So, your legs can be a little bit more spread apart. So you start with burpees. This way we get our heartbeat elevated. We speed up our metabolism. We burn more calories because during the next 3 exercises, you won't have enough time to rest and your heart rate will stay high, and this way you'll be burning a lot more calories. So exercise number 3 is push-ups, and after superhero burpees you just rest for 15 seconds, regular resting time, and you just move on to push-ups. So push-ups, do push-ups with good clean form again, people. You don't want to be cheating, no half range of motion. I know that a lot of people can't do push-ups for 30 seconds. So once you're out of fuel, you just complete the rest of the set with a plank. So let's say you can do 12 push-ups, and that takes you about 20 seconds. After that, you just complete the set, the 30 seconds with a plank. So after your push-ups, 15 seconds of rest. Next, move to hollow body holds. I've made a tutorial. I talked there about why this is the most important exercise you can do for your core, why it's my favorite exercise. And the last and 5th exercise are angels of death. So all you need here are 2 water bottles. You can start with half a liter water bottles. I know this exercise looks innocent and easy, but it's not easy at all. I use 1.5 liters. You can also use dumbbells or whatever you have around, works. I'm just using water bottles here because it's something that everybody can find. Either he's training from home or whatever. And after that, you have a complete resting period of 3 minutes. So I want you to really start fresh for your second round. I give you enough resting time for that reason. I want you to really kick ass during your second set and your third circuit set. So in total, we'll be doing 3 of these circuits. I'm going to write all these down as slow in the top comment that I mentioned before in detail. Any questions you have, let me know. As we said, this week we'll be doing 5 workouts in total. This is workout number 1, number 3, and workout number 5. In between, we'll be also including some high intensity interval training, some lower body superhero work. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. That was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's check out if I managed to get those 35 dips, or was I just making a really cocky statement and failed epically. That was all. Until next time, keep on training. Six.